Seems to be a growing trend around the country these days. College commencement speakers canceling over protests by students and faculty. Just last month, there were several speakers who backed out of their engagements, including former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, that at Rutgers University. The recent speech cancellations have some questioning if the influence of politics in academia is too strong. It's the focus of a three-day summit happening at Grand Valley State this week. Gleaves Whitney is director for the Hauenstein Center for Presidential Studies, coming in to talk about this. Gleaves, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
What do you make of this latest round of protests? Is it different this time?
Well, I think this is always going to happen on campuses, but I think there's been a recent upsurge in this, and what we are trying to do, we're bringing in speakers from around the country, actually from 2 different countries, to address the issue. How do we restore civility in the academy? You know, the trend has been, just as in politics, we've become more and more divided. In some ways, campuses have too. So we've got these great professors coming in. We've got people who've written books and articles about this. They're going to talk about how conservatives and progressives on campus can actually start a dialogue and learn how to listen to each other a little bit better.
Is there one particular ideology that is winning the day, I guess, when it comes to these protests, or is it across the spectrum?
I think it's across the spectrum nowadays, and I don't want to pick on one side or the other, because what we're trying to do at Grand Valley is create an environment where everybody can come together. So if you're progressive or liberal, if you're conservative, if you're libertarian, you can come together and talk about the liberal arts. Liberal arts transcend politics, and we want to keep it that way.
Pundits suggest that the boycotts like the one that happened with Dr. Rice at Rutgers, that's indicative of rising levels of liberal intolerance on campus. Is that a fair argument?
Well, it's a fair argument on some campuses, but there's some campuses, of course, that are a little bit more conservative, and they would protest more liberal speakers.
3-day summit. It starts Wednesday, and this is open to the public?
It's free and open to the public. We'll even feed the public. We've got some breakfasts that we're, and it's free. We're going to have a number of keynoters. Go to hauensteincenter.org to get the information about the summit. 3 days, starts Wednesday afternoon. It'll take us all the way to Friday afternoon. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be very insightful.
Sounds like a lot to talk about, that's for sure.
It sure
Gleaves
is.
Whitney, thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.